Yo, what's up, you guys? So today I wanted to make a YouTube video about some drama that's been going on in the PvP community. I know, PvP drama, crazy thought to think about, but there's been some drama revolving one of the top streamers, the top streamer of Wizard101 right now, around him accusing someone of cheating. Now, this blew up on the Wizard101 subreddit, and a lot of people have been talking about it, right? So I would like to credit HK02. He did make this video before me, but today I'm going to give you guys my insight as someone who does not stream but has streamed PvP in the past, and someone who has been accused of stream sniping a lot in the past as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the actual tweet on the screen, or the Reddit post, and I will read it and give you my thoughts. So he says, around May, I got back into Wizard101. A lot of people had the same case. A lot of people only played it in the summer. He says, I haven't played it since I was probably 12. Me and my sister had a character and played together. We just kind of stopped, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to skip to the important part. He got to 160. He got all the gear. He completed the game and started PvPing. He made friends, joined a guild, and was having an overall great time. Around a week or two ago, he was doing a ranked match. He lost the match, and after he lost, he got reported. And when he went back to the arena, he went AFK, only to come back to another report, and his friend telling him on Discord that he was accused of cheating by a streamer named Austin the Sauce. Now, if any of you guys have watched Austin the Sauce in the past, you do probably know that this is a frequent thing in his streams, where he does say that, oh, someone is watching or something like that to get an advantage over him. While this can be kind of an immature way to deal about it, you have to remember as the viewer, right, that this person, while he is fairly uncontroversial himself, has a lot of enemies in the game. For those of you guys who are very active in the PvP community, you understand why and the type of people who dislike him. And you also have to understand that he does have a considerably large following, considering how small the PvP community is now and how he still consistently pulls around 400 to 500 viewers. You have to understand that most of the people he's going to be matching in the game know that it's him, and know his characters, and know when he streams, because he streams at the same time every night. And that is a real possibility that that person could be watching his stream. While there is usually no definitive way of proving it unless they outwardly admit it, this is a very common theme, whether or not the person wins or loses, that they very possibly could be watching. So you have to look at it from that perspective. He says, around up until this point, the only Wiz streamer or YouTuber he was familiar with was Blaze Lifehammer, who he had watched probably about a decade ago at this point. He had never heard of Austin the Sauce, who is the biggest streamer of Wiz, which I mentioned before. He said, anyway, he was able to confirm that he was in fact accusing him of stream sniping, all because he was warded to the school he was on and stun blocked during the middle of the game. And while this is a very common theme, you do see, obviously, a lot of people are warding in the current meta because these stats are so good at max level that you kind of just have free talents to throw around on your pets. A lot of people are aware of this, and obviously you can deck fail, and by deck failing you can make very odd moves that would not seem to be the best move. For example, stun blocking in the middle of the game opposed to stun blocking in the beginning of a game normally is a bad move, right? You want to stun block as early as possible, but if you happen to stun block when the other player has a stun in their hand and they're streaming, it is a very valid reaction to think that the person is stream sniping, whether they have a reputation for it or not. You got to understand that if you have the game-winning move in your hand and they counter it before you even do it, it is a very reasonable reaction to think that they're stream sniping. So beyond that, he says, he honestly did not give a shit since he was barely a veteran, and the vast majority of the time he spends on the game is just pet training and talking shit to people in the comments. Nothing else came from this, and he soon dropped back down to recruit since he's garbage, apparently, and he hasn't matched him since. But he did start tuning into his streams, and he quickly realized it's the same three things over and over. He wins and gloats. He realizes halfway through the match that he can't win, so he accuses the person of cheating. Or after he loses for 15 minutes waiting for the match, he rants about how either he believes the person he lost to is a cheater, or goes on a tirade about how bad the current state of the game is. Now, the problem I have with this is, obviously, it is very dangerous to us to make those types of accusations for people who are not doing it or are doing it. Because of the platform he has. And there's no secret that obviously devs watch his streams, they watch his channel, and by making those accusations, you can possibly lead to them getting some type of suspension or mute or PvP, rank reset, something like that. But the other issue I have with this is, while he says it goes on a tirade about how bad the game is, this is not just him. The only thing is he's the only one with a platform who does it. I can speak from experience. When I lose in PvP, while granted it has been a long time since I actually lost a match in PvP, when I lose, I get very upset and I will literally get off the game and nonstop talk about how shit it is. This is very standard across the entire community. Everyone does this. While a majority of the hardcore PvP players do play it every day, they are very aware how bad the game is and they just play it because they are addicted or because of the community of friends they have that are around PvP. So that is not really something you can shit on Austin the Sauce for, specifically because everyone talks about how bad the game is when they lose. The only thing different is that he has a platform that a lot of people do not have. Next he says he's an intolerable as a person in real life, but fuck his personality on stream, it's just hard to listen to. He doesn't understand how he manages to have 400 viewers per stream. He just complains and cries over everything. Maybe that's what people like. Of the 3 to 4 streams he has barely reached into, half the time he's literally accusing someone of being a sniper. The issue with this is because a lot of the time Sauce will match snipers. There are a lot of people who are very prevalent in sniping him every single night. Now I'm not going to name any names out here, but the people know who they are, right? This is very common for most streamers. They will get stream sniped in every game. It's like this. The thing about his personality is kind of just a personal shot that doesn't really stick to anything. Obviously, you can't please everyone. You're not going to like everyone. There is a large community of people who enjoy Sauce's content, and I have met and talked to Sauce very many times personally, outside of stream, outside of Wiz, stuff like that. And I can say he is he's a very normal, average person. I don't have any issues with him right now. I haven't really had issues with him in a long time. And I can speak to the fact that he is different than he is on the stream, which makes sense. He is there to entertain people, so he's obviously going to act different. If there's a group of 400 people that find how he acts very entertaining and that pays his bills, then obviously he's going to continue to do that. The people who criticize that specifically are people who don't understand how life works. If this is his job and he needs to make a living from this to continue to do what he enjoys, obviously he's going to cater to the people who watch him. And a large group of his content, people who watch it are young. And that type of, behavior, like raging and stuff like that, is very popular around younger viewers of, in his audience. Next, he says he's always making these threats of how he will personally be messaging Kings out to get them banned or telling his viewers to report them, etc. I just find it hard to understand the person that's top content creator of the game when all he does is accuse people of cheating and trash the game. Now, the people that I know, because I do watch Sauce's content very often with my friends in Discord or just by myself if I'm just, wanting to watch the PvP. A majority of the time, the only time he will report people specifically for stream sniping directly to the community managers is when he has a rap sheet on these people. When he knows, there are some people who are very obvious and they gloat about stream sniping him very often. And those are the people he reports. Any random people, a lot of the time recently, he shrugs it off. Now, I will say in the past, he has been very guilty of this. He has been very quick to judge and very quick to admit guilt onto people who stream snipe. But recently, I can tell ever since that KI started to actually take action against these people, he's been very cautious about reporting these people for stream sniping directly. Which is a good change because that needed to happen, especially because KI is starting to take it more seriously. So I disagree. I don't think that he reports everyone to community managers, stuff like that, and write emails on everyone, just the people who are very obvious repeat offenders, say racist things to him in game, stuff like that. Those are the people he reports on, not just random people he matches at low ranks. Has he ever actually gotten someone banned? Yes, he has. It seems like every other person he faces, he is reporting, which I disagree with. There are many streams that he goes through where he doesn't report a single person, where the entire thing goes without report at all. He'd figure the top creator of the game, he might have some influence. He absolutely does. He edited at the bottom. He says initially he just disliked him. He thought he was annoying. He didn't really know much about him. 12 hours later and diving deeper into the rabbit hole, he hates him. He thinks that he legitimately has gotten multiple banned. It's despicable. The people he has actually gotten permanently banned were actively breaking TOS. They would have been banned regardless if Sauce had said anything or not. So I would not reprimand him or dislike him for that reason specifically. Then he says he does not care what he's accusing me of. More so, he thinks he just accuses people of cheating, especially when he knows he can't win the match. It's just kind of pathetic. A lot of people have resonated with this. If you guys look at the comments on this subtweet, they're very similar to the actual original post, and a lot of people are just kind of ganging up on Sauce. Now, I can say specifically as a content creator on this game, I refrain from streaming PvP because of sniping. Now, for those of you guys who know me, I'm a very known person in the PvP community. I have been for about like 2 years now. So I know that if I were to stream, I would get people stream sniping me. And that is very true about most people. A lot of the lower viewer Twitch streamers who stream PvP don't really have to worry about sniping because they're so low rank, because they're low viewer, because they're low rank is normally the issue. And because Sauce has started to climb up the ranks over the past few years, and he is one of the top competitive players, whether you like it or not. He is actively on the second and third pages of leaderboards. He did hit Warlord once. He is known in the game, and he does get sniped, whether people want to admit that or not. It is true, and I feel like ganging up on him specifically is kind of childish. You should just do what the rest of us do. If you don't want to deal with this and you don't want to do that, simply pick a different time to play PvP. I like to play after he streams and before he streams, you know, and it's not even because there really is nothing to gain from it. If you do beat him, very rarely, and it's just honestly, most people in the game in PvP will not admit that someone's better than them. Sauce will sometimes have really good games with some lower ranked players who are doing interesting strats. Well, he will say that's a good strategy, but when you start getting to higher ranks, where there's very few people at high ranks like 1850 and above, where a lot of the time it is the same people, you will almost never admit someone's better than you. So most of the time, the course of action as a viewer is to simply just, I guess, enjoy the content. Don't watch the content, do whatever. Just avoid streamers because you have nothing to gain from matching streamers in this game. A lot of the times, you know, the 1 or 2 rank is not worth it that you're gaining from matching streamers. Just avoid it completely. If you dislike a streamer, don't watch their content. But the whole point of making a big post like this clearly is for attention, and he did get the attention he wanted. He got multiple people to respond, and he got YouTube videos like this made about him. So good on you, I guess. But for the future, I would just advise, as a player who's been very prevalent in the community for many years, is just to all around avoid streamers completely. There's nothing to gain and everything to lose. So if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a subscription. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel. If you guys want more videos like this going over, you know, Wiz Reddit post or drama in the community, let me know. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.